everyone, my name is Alisha Nicole Jackson. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, hello, it's lower body day. As you can see, um, I'm getting the kinks out my neck. So first and foremost, I like to stretch because you should be stretching before a workout, and if not, you should halt that workout and stretch immediately, okay? So I stretch, just make sure my body is good and loosened up. Especially today, as you can see, I needed some extra stretching. I think I just need a massage. I haven't got one in a while, so that needs to be next on my agenda. I know they have really good deals on Groupon. They even have chiropractor appointments that you could get through Groupon too. So I may have to look into that because they have amazing deals, honey. And clearly my neck needs a okay or something. But here I am stretching. My gym of choice to go to is Planet Fitness. I love Planet Fitness. This night specifically, y'all, it was so many people. I was shocked. I'm like, it's Saturday night. Nobody's gonna be here. Everybody's outside having a good time. The weather was beautiful, right? It was warm during the day, but it got cooler at night. Like, people are out partying, having fun. No, honey, they were at the gym. And to be honest, I'm happy that there are people at the gym instead of, outside. But dang, I was low-key mad too that they was in the gym instead of outside. But I love this gym because everybody's cool. I can record here. I might be back at my old gym location. That's where I got the best thumbnails and everything else because I was just really comfortable there. I was running into issues with an employee there, and they actually told the employee to chill on me with recording. So we'll see what happens. I spoke to the manager. Anyways, I love Planet Fitness, and I see all the viral videos on social media at Planet Fitness of like people, hopping around, playing around. One video I had on here, they were literally doing kickball. I can't even say it, kickball in the background, and somebody was like, "Girl, are they playing kickball?" I'm like, yeah, they might, but I like the culture of Planet Fitness where it's so unserious. Nobody really cares about anything. You know. But you can make a lot of progress here. I've been going to Planet Fitness now for 5 years. I had an LA Fitness membership. I mention that all the time, guys, but I did not use the LA Fitness membership. So it's like, it was just kind of there. Most people have 1 or 2 memberships. Planet Fitness is open 24 hours. It's quiet. I don't see what the issue is. I'm plugging in my laptop too, by the way, guys. So I don't see what the issue is with Planet Fitness, but I love it. I've never had an issue. And there's one close by, so you can, you guys can get a good workout in, because that is important. So right now I'm grabbing this band. I know you're like, what is she doing? I'm activating my glutes. Okay, I don't typically do this in my videos, but I did a bit of research and just based on some of the fitness professionals I follow, doctors, certified trainers. I'm not certified yet. However, who I trained with was certified. He was an Olympian. He did a lot of different things. Shout out to Omar. He's amazing. He helped me with a lot of my gains. He helped me come up with a guide in my bio that helped me put on 15 pounds of muscle and fat in the right places. So shout out to Omar. Link is in my bio. It's only $10, guys. It lets you know what apps to use and how to gain and what to do. But I say all that to say, some of the people that I follow who have been working out forever says that glute activation does help. So basically, if you have a band handy or around, they even have them at Planet Fitness. You might just have to double them up. A way to activate your glutes is clam shells or fire hydrants. I'm doing fire hydrants right now, and I did some kickbacks. And then eventually you'll see what else I'm about to do. But I did a couple, maybe like 10 on each side, right, for each exercise, just to activate your glutes, because sometimes people do exercises and they're like, I do not feel the exercises in my glutes. If you are one of those people, I would suggest activation nation, okay? Get you a band, all right? Do some clamshells, some kickbacks. Right here, I basically did some side lunges as I come back into the camera. I promise y'all the video is not over. You like, dang, that was the quickest workout ever. Oh my God, y'all. It's so funny. People really be thinking my butt is fake. I'm like, no way. That's diabolical. But people do that, y'all. But no. But anyways, something else I'm doing to activate my glutes is just side step lunges. But yeah, I can't believe people would think I would sell a god and then I have a fake butt. You know, that's crazy, but I guess it means I'm doing a good job. So if y'all want them results, keep watching my video and buy my god, okay? Okay. So side step squats, that's going to activate those glutes, okay? And let's get into the first workout. So for this, I kept it very, very simple. If you see me like messing with the camera, I'm just making sure it looked okay. Man, this workout session was hard, y'all. I was in my head the whole time, honey, especially once it got packed. Anyways, back to the workout. So for this one, I'm doing forward lunges, okay? 3 sets of 15. And then I believe I did reverse lunges. We'll see as I go. But for this whole workout, everything is 3 sets of 15, guys. The last workouts, I've been pushing it with the 3 sets of 15. I love lunges. Lunges is a great movement, especially a unilateral movement. Oh my goodness, look at those terms, those study terms I'm using now. Unilateral just means basically you're working on one leg at a time, okay? So when you are doing any type of lower body exercise, unilateral movements are great for growth because you can pay more attention to one part of your body than just both in target specific areas, especially if you have issues feeling things in your glutes along with the activation. Honey, I was tired. So I think for this one, what I did and what I would suggest to you guys if you're following this workout, okay? So for the first set of 15, I did 15 forward lunges on both sides. And I believe for the second set, I'm going to switch it up. And that's what I like to do sometimes so I won't get bored. Lunges are great. And then the forward and the reverse lunges work different parts of your body. So what I have heard is that the forward lunges are more for your quads and then reverse lunges are more for your glutes per the internet. Okay. You know, but regardless of what the internet says, right? Air quotations, the internet. Like it's some mystical being, right? Because you have to do your own research. You can't too much trust that. I like switching it up regardless, okay? So for me, right, I was like, okay, how about for the first set, I do forward lunges, and the second set, I do reverse lunges just to switch it up. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So for your first set, give me 15 reverse lunges. For your forward lunges. For your second set, give me 15 reverse lunges. And then for the last set, I have a special surprise. And I love lunges. They are great, okay? If you do research on different workouts that are really good for glutes, a lot of people say reverse lunges, and they're in fact correct, right? But any variation of lunges is awesome for your lower body. So, yeah, you're going to start your workout off with lunges. And, man, I feel like I like to start my workouts with something that actually fires me up, right? I don't want to start my workout with something easy, because I feel like it's not going to be, not that it's not necessarily going to be a good workout, I won't say that, but I just need to be challenged. Like, I've been working out for 5 years now, and I still need a challenge, right? My legs are getting strong as hell. This day specifically, I lifted super heavy, and it's like my new normal. So when heavy lifting is your new normal, you have to find ways to challenge your muscles and continue to create muscle growth and hypertrophy, which is essentially muscle growth, and those muscle fibers growing, right? So yeah, I gotta challenge myself, y'all. I gotta do forward lunges, reverse lunges, switch it up. I might do handstand lunges. I don't know how you would do those, but maybe y'all maybe I'll think of a new variation. Who knows? But yeah, this night, y'all, it was packed. It was a lot of people. You know, just one of those days. I was in my head this day. The past couple days, y'all, it's been rough for me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna get on here and lie. But that's why I love the gym and love this community I'm creating. And, you know, I just like to be honest. For your last set, okay, we're switching it up, right? We're doing a forward lunge and a reverse lunge. Okay, 3 sets of 15 on each leg. All right, so the first set was 15 forward lunges, second set 15 reverse, third set both, okay? So yeah, this is a heck of a way to start out a workout. But anyways, yeah, this day specifically, I wasn't feeling good, and I'll say the gym does make you feel better. For me, there's things I do personally to help me be a happier, lighter person and not be so tense, right? Because you know sometimes when you go through things in life or just your daily life, uh, things can try to I guess you know negative energy can try to get on you. That's what I'll say. So for me, this is one of my ways of healing myself, cleansing my body, spending time with myself. You know, once you're done with those workouts, it's scientifically proven that the pot. Oh, okay, I look good. Now I got distracted by my video. Um, I promise y'all, I just love myself. Okay, that's all. That's all. You know, some people think, you know, they hear you say a compliment about yourself. You're like, oh my goodness, she must think she better than everybody. No. But I created this. But anyways, like I was saying, sometimes you go through life and that negative energy gets on you, whatever you call it, right? And you have to get that off of you. So the gym is one of my ways to get that off of me, to move my body, to cleanse myself, to be happy when I'm done. Another way is church. I love church. I went to church today and I already feel lighter. So that those are my ways to lighten my spirits, lighten my load, just feel light, right? So I could still have a light, still have my light, still have light in my eyes, still look really good for my age. Um, so yeah, man, the gym is everything. That's why I encourage it so much on here because it's like Planet Fitness is $20 a month. They in there sleeping, you know. You could go in there. You could go in there. Hopefully not to sleep, but if you do, that's your business. I don't judge nobody. You getting in the gym is the first step, right? So if you need a way to like deal with life, deal with negative emotions, deal with anything, this is a great way. And sometimes even when I'm in like not a mood, I wouldn't say a mood because I don't really get into moods, but you know sometimes like for me, um like let's say I go to the gym, I feel like moving my body just like opens me up, you know, and then I could feel my emotions and cry and release and let things out. So this is huge. This is huge for me, and this is why I keep posting these videos in this community specifically, because I literally want you to subscribe and me pop up and you be like, oh shoot, let me get myself in the gym, and follow my TikTok and my Instagram because I post all the time over there, motivational quotes, cute stuff, funny stuff, just stuff to get you up and get you moving and to motivate you through this life. So if you guys are interested in that, follow my Instagram and my TikTok as well. And I also have a hair guide to help you grow your hair too. That's $10 too. Okay, buy both of those, right? Early birthday present. Grow your glutes and your hair. But yeah, y'all, you gotta do things to make you happy and make life light for you. So I hope that when I pop up on your YouTube, you're like, oh shoot, let me get my butt in the gym, because that's what I do. Especially when I follow people on Instagram and TikTok, they motivate me to like hit my protein goals and eat and stuff like that. So that's what my channel is for, to remind you to take good care of yourself. Okay. All right. Next, this bad boy is a superset, which is essentially 2 exercises back to back. Okay, and this is nothing to play with, and not like that sounds hella serious. I should have laughed after that. Okay, I mean it in the sense of like it really worked me out. I was sweating. I'll probably stop a couple times in between doing the exercise just because it was a lot. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to get a dumbbell, a heavy dumbbell. It's heavy lifting day, right? That was a 55-pound dumbbell, okay? How we're going to superset is we're going to first, see, I'm thinking about this, like, dang, I got to really do this. We're going to first do an RDL, and then we're going to go straight from RDL into a squat, okay? And RDLs is one of the bestest things, I don't think that's a word, but you get what I'm saying. Things you could do for your glutes, okay, for your lower body. So yeah, we're gonna RDL into a squat. And I have to say, I saw this from one of my favorite creators. She is so gorgeous and beautiful, and body is amazing. And I saw this on her video. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to try this. And this is amazing. I don't typically RDL with a dumbbell, but this is my personal opinion. I feel like with the dumbbell, I feel the RDLs more in my glutes. I don't know if that's just a me thing. Most times I do them with a barbell, okay? I don't really like to do them on a Smith machine because something about their resistance irritates me. You know, with the Smith machine, the bar kind of just goes down. It's like, to help you, right? Balance. It's almost like pulling it down automatically, and I hate that. But for some reason, when I did my RDLs with the dumbbell, it was so much easier to feel it in my glutes. And I feel like it was just easier as far as my form is concerned. So for this, what you're gonna do is 3 sets of 15 RDL into a squat for each set, right? A RDL into a squat is 1. You do 15 of those for 1 set, then for a second set, and for a third. And baby, during this I was tired, so I'm literally gonna come back. I hope so, but I'm literally gonna come back, and I just was wiping off the sweat because that RDL to squat is something serious. This is my second time doing it. I think I'm gonna continue to include that in my workouts like that. At least one of those days. I cut right into it because I took a little break. This is probably my second set. Remember, 3 sets of 15 RDL to a squat. But I have 2 lower body days, okay? So I have one I show you guys and one that I keep to myself because I just feel like I give the internet a lot. Especially now my channel is so close to getting monetized, and my dream is just to get to be paid for yapping. That's all I want to do. I want to create. I will. My dream, I will create YouTube videos, make money, and be on an island somewhere with my husband. Like that's what it's gonna be. So I'm so close to getting monetized. I'm making so much content, just pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. I feel like I give YouTube and social media so much that I'm like, I have to have something to myself, right? So this day, weekends, is for y'all. Hey, everybody, woo! And then during the week is more of me time. I'll still post on Instagram, but it's just posting my cute outfits, some quotes, something to motivate y'all to go to the gym. Not so in depth of me talking through the videos. So I have that time for myself. Some people have 3 lower body days. I saw growth with only 2. If you want to add another one in there, cool. Do I think that's necessary? Not so much. Especially because then I'm questioning, like, okay, as long as you're getting rest and recovery and things like that, that's fine. But when do you have that time to really do that on top of like life and work and things? But some people have that time, and who knows? I never say never for the most part. So I may include a 3rd lower body day. I'm probably gonna go on another bulk, even though I don't need to. I look great. But I'll probably go on another bulk just for the heck of it. And I talked about this in one of my other videos, how like this girl I followed, she started out small or smaller, and there's nothing wrong with that, but she was about around my weight, maybe like 115, 110. She bulked up crazy. But she did it 3 times, and and during my first, I've been like on and off for like a year or 2, give or take. I was wondering, like, how are people bulking and then like losing their stomach and then like just cutting and everything just looking in the right places? And I didn't realize it's because they bulk on and off for years. And I'm like, oh shoot, when I saw the young lady post that, it clicked to me like, maybe I can gain more if that's what I want, but I'm gonna have to do a bulk and a cut, right? Bulk and a cut. It's gonna be a journey. And that'll be interesting for me. We'll see what happens, right? You guys get to watch my journey. Because when I first really bulked and kept bulking, once I got to a certain weight, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I'm ready to cut. I was not my best self, right? Because the thing about bulking is you can't control where all the fat goes. Like, for the most part, it's gonna go where you work on the most, obviously, but you gain muscle and fat. That's the point of bulking. So I think I'm gonna do another one. I say all that to say, I'm probably like, oh my god, what are we talking about? I say all that to say, I'll probably bulk again this winter. And if you are looking to reach a certain goal, and you're like, how do I get to that goal without gaining a whole bunch of weight and then having to cut a whole bunch of weight, you have to like bulk on and off. That's all I'm saying. So maybe I'll take you guys on that journey with me on the bulk and cut. But these are great, guys. And they whooped my tail, okay? I'm like, oh my god, okay, I gotta keep these going, right? So yeah, for the most part, my days that I show you guys, most of my workouts are similar or the same. I keep certain staples in my workouts because they work, right? So those are things like RDLs, right? On my other glute days, I do Bulgarian split squats, step ups, hip thrusts, lunges, things like that. And by this time, I think I was looking around because it was literally crowded. It was like 8 people. I looked up like, whoa, I gotta do squats. Maybe I should do them from the front. Literally, maybe I should do them from the front and not the back, honey. Not the back. All right, and then I did them from the front, like I said. So these are sumo squats, all right. And here I was just trying to get them done, honey. I look like a, you know, like a bird flapping in the wind with my hair and everything, a cute bird. But yeah, so I knocked these out 3 sets of 15. I typically don't do them this way. I do the form differently. Like, instead of forward, I you know, am turned around, but it was like 8 people, and I'm like, I'm not doing this in front of 8 people. So yeah. That's why I was like, okay, it was packed tonight. It was quite a lot of people, but whatever. So you do 3 sets of 15 sumo squats. Another great way to do sumo squats in the gym, it just depends on if your gym, what equipment they have. But if you see the assisted like pull-up machine, I've used it before to do like one leg push downs is what I call them. You could flip that seat up and actually your feet are like pretty far apart, way farther than shoulder length. And you can actually put your feet on there and put a dumbbell in between and use that for your sumo squats. But I don't think the machine here had that. So I'm like, let me just do old school, okay? So that's what we did. We did old school. I took the 55-pound dumbbell. I'm like, let me do sumo squats. And I just got to remember to challenge myself with the dumbbell too. I also have an upper body day. I know you're like, dang, this girl just don't care about her upper body. I do, okay? Because the upper body is important, right? For multiple reasons, okay? Okay, let me explain. So like your core, right? Having a core, a nice core. I keep saying core because I'm trying to get to a point. I'm sorry, y'all are like, girl, get to it. But basically, that has a lot to do with like how your waist looks, if that makes sense. So you have to work out your upper body in a sense. Your core, your back, you know, it all connects, and kind of gives you that hourglass shape, right? Because for me, I naturally have hip dips, which is something that you cannot get rid of, right? You can gain more fat around the hip dips, right? You can gain bigger thighs to give the illusion, right, that you don't have hip dips, but it's something you kind of got to fill in. So it's all connected, right? You want more of an hourglass shape, right? You work on that core and that back, okay? For those hip dips, you can create the illusion by maybe having, you know, bigger thighs or trying to gain more weight to fill in those dips. But that's kind of just how your hips are formed. It's a bone structure. So, yeah, that's what I'll say. Everything is connected. And if you're doing sumo squats, please slow it down, y'all. It was so many people. I was nervous. I'm like, let me get this over with because it's about 8 or 9 of y'all around me. Okay, so last but not least, honey, let's get into these hip thrusts. The last couple weeks I was doing calf glute bridges. The only difference between calf glute bridges and hip thrusts is that literally calves, I think it means like halfway. It doesn't mean all the way down, right? When you're hip thrusting, you're moving your hips all the way down and coming back up. Calves is literally halfway, and then you come up. So for a lot of people, they say that the calf glute bridges are more effective for your glutes because of the halfway movement, and they are in fact correct. I definitely feel the calf glute bridges more in my glutes when I do them. But today I was just feeling the hip thrust to switch it up, right? So calf glute bridges is essentially kind of like a variation where you just do halfway. But the guy next to me, he was getting it in, y'all. He was motivating and encouraging me, and those are like my favorite type of people in the gym. The people that they're next to you and they're killing it. See, this look like calves right here. That's only because I'm going so fast, y'all. But I was trying to get it over with, honey. These was heavy. Slow and steady wins the race. But make sure you are hip thrusting all the way down and coming up. And just don't lock your knees on any of these exercises, okay? 3 sets of 15 for everything in this. Now, after this, we're done. We're finito, okay? However, if you want to add a little sprinkle of another workout, okay, you could do the leg press, right? You could do the leg press if you want to. And, you know, that'll be a super duper awesome glute day. Or you could end here. My only thing with, if you do end here, I would challenge you guys to lift heavy and really challenge yourself, right? And even with the 3 sets of 15, right? Let's say hypothetically you're on your last set and you're like, I'm gonna challenge myself this week. I'm gonna hit a new PR, personal record, and I'm gonna go up in weight maybe 10-20 pounds. Okay, for the last 15, you don't have to do all 15 with that extra 15-20 pounds, especially if it's super heavy. You can knock out the last 3 like that, or the last 5, you know. But it is about challenging yourself, because if you want to increase your muscle fiber, if you want your muscles to grow, that's all that means. You need to lift heavy, right? You need to challenge your muscles. You need to challenge your body, right? So that is essential. That is super essential. And another great part, or another great thing you can do, especially to just balance your, body out, and that you should do, is cardio. I haven't been doing cardio lately as much as I should. I'm going to be honest with you. But it's very important, especially for your heart, If you are walking up the stairs at work out of breath, you need to do cardio, okay? If you are walking to the car out of breath, you need to do cardio, right? And regardless, if your family has a history to, when it comes to different things with your heart, you need to do cardio. Cardio is super important. Regardless, if none of that applies, still do cardio. The young lady in front of us, she's doing cardio. She's on the treadmill, which is one of my favorite forms of cardio. I love the treadmill. It's awesome. I do the treadmill on the incline, and then I sprint, right? I don't really run, but I like doing a nice jog or a sprint, and it's super duper effective, right? So I cannot wait till I bring my cardio back, honey, because that's like the cherry on top of a good workout. You feel invincible after you sprint 15 minutes after lifting 130 pounds, 180, 300 pounds. You're like, oh my goodness, I could do anything, right? So I can't wait to bring cardio back as far as my workouts. I haven't been doing as much lately, but I do love it. When I was working out without my trainer, I would do a lot of the Stairmaster, and the Stairmaster has done a lot of amazing things for a lot of young women, especially with shaping their body and losing weight, right? But I'm more of a treadmill girly. None against the Stairmaster. And the Stairmaster, I feel like you really have to earn your spot on Stairmaster. It's not an easy thing. You have to work up your endurance. So that's huge, right? But for me, my preferred form of cardio is the treadmill. But a lot of people, you could start at walking, honey. You could go outside and walk. And I've just heard on TikTok people, talking about how walking just has made their life so much better, right? Just going out and getting a walk. So here's me thugging out the last set I believe I'm doing on here. But don't be confused, guys. I just cut the video a bit short. Make sure you're doing 3 sets of 15, okay? Just because I cut it short don't mean I didn't do it, okay? I did all 3 sets of 15. All of them. It may not be on camera, but honey, it got done. So 3 sets of 15. Remember to stretch after your workout as well, okay, guys? We started off with the first set of 4 lunges, second set reverse, third set both. Then the RDL squat, okay? Superset, then the Sumo Squats. And now we're at the hip thrust, okay? So, and if you want to finish this off, you can leg press, right? But make sure you're lifting heavy on everything and you are challenging yourself, okay? Because that's what's most important, all right? To get a good workout in, but also make sure you are, pushing yourself, because that's how you build confidence, by showing up for yourself at the gym, but also lifting those heavy weights that you thought, dang, like, I could do 10, 20 more pounds in this. Like the guy next to me, he going crazy. He's doing a great job on his squats for sure. All right, guys, see you on my next video. Bye.